Hello, welcome to another episode. So today I want to talk to you guys about something I'm pretty passionate about. Recently there was a game that was released, which brought this on my radar, and it was called Pragmata. And so the game is it's about here's the synopsis for it, but it's a 2026 sci-fi action adventure game developed and published by Capcom, and it's about a near future setting at a lunar research facility built in the cradle to mine a 3D printing tech. Something goes wrong, right? And you play as a Marine from the US, and he raises like an AI daughter, and the left really fucking hated this game, and they started calling people that were pro, like saying this is a good game. It almost made me want to be a parent. They're calling them incels, saying this is pedophilia, and they just kind of reinforced, like once again ties into the circle of like the left really wants to destroy Western society. They hate everything about like a healthy family and strong men, and I don't know. It's a weird thing, and we cannot become idiocracy. If you ever seen the movie Idiocracy, all the high IQ individuals do not have children because they're smart and we're not ready yet, and they take forever, while the low IQ individuals keep popping them out over and over again. And I think that there's been a long period of time where anti-natalism has been pushed on society, on the West, which is the anti-family view, like don't have kids. And I'm gonna bring up a lot of facts about it, but I need our motto to be, if you're 25 to 30 years old, it's time to nut up and shut up. It's time to fucking...
Shut up and shut up?
Yes, it is time to fucking start having kids.
Nut in her.
Everyone's like, the times are tough. I can't afford it. All the retards are fucking having kids. They're all still doing it. So all this anti-natalist anti-natalist propaganda, it only works like on fucking dumb women, really, the most. Like a lot of white liberal women or whatever. Not even dumb women, smart women, they buy into it because it's kind of tied to feminism. And smart women tend to get into feminism a lot, because, but so pretty much it's like, I already have 2 kids, so I need the other smart people to have 2 kids, or my kids' life's gonna be idiocracy. It's gonna be fucked up. It's because they're just gonna be surrounded by fucking idiots. Because all the idiots are just having like 8 kids. So we need to we gotta nut up and shut up, okay? Nut in. Let's go. No more birth control. Let's run it up. That's what I'm saying. I'll read more about natalism, but what are your guys' thoughts on this subject?
Well, I think it's anti-human also. It's like a lot of the kooky environmentalists think that humans are a parasite on the world, which is absolute horseshit.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say, having kids, like, this propaganda kind of worked on me. Like, I never was like, I want to have kids and start a family. But once I did it, because my wife is like, she took me by gunpoint and she said, you're going to fucking have kids with me.
She grabbed you by the testicles.
And I was like, shit, all right. But once I did it, I was like, bro, this is like the greatest shit ever, honestly. I just want more people to experience it. If you're worried because you can't afford it, fuck that.
California.
All the fucking dumbasses don't think like that. We can't think like that, or we're literally gonna become idiocracy. We need to pump them out. I mean, and it's like, I want to have 3 kids probably, but it's like, fuck, dude, I feel like to counter the retardation, I should have like 20. But it's, because there's so many retards I've met that have kids. and they've had kids. They get fucking knocked up at like 16, 18. You know what I mean? All my smart friends are dead, no kids, not married. Like, it's fucked.
I'm probably not gonna have any kids.
Yeah, that's good.
Exhibit A.
His bloodline needs to end, for real. But no. But I think that it's one of the greatest joys in life, and I think that we've been taught through all the shows and everything. You can see it everywhere once you notice it. Like, it's just been all throughout our lives. Like, and it's just a lie. It's a lie, I think.
It's okay, but you can't just have kids. All right.
I'm saying fuck that. Nut up and shut up. Fucking send it.
But the thing that
get your hooker pregnant. Get your local hooker pregnant. Send it.
The thing that we're missing is family values, not single mothers.
Yeah.
So you can't just have kids.
I know, but we need high. Have you seen Idiocracy? We need high IQ individuals.
Okay, so you're talking about.
He got left at an orphanage. He was alright.
The downfall of the nuclear.
It's so
We're talking about the downfall of the nuclear family, right? But so there are arguments that there's differences in now compared to like when he was younger and could have had kids of like housing cost of living, jobs availability. Like, it was easier to have kids. A lot of people aren't having kids now because they can't afford to do shit. So it's smart.
Yeah, but all the poor retards are still doing it.
That's because they're poor and retarded.
Have you seen Idiocracy?
People should not.
Have you seen the movie?
Do you think that it's smart? Do you think that it's smart to beat stupid people by just doing what they're doing more than them?
No, but have you seen Idiocracy?
That's dumb as fuck.
I'm asking you. Have you seen the movie?
No.
Okay, so listen. The synopsis of the movie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Hold on, can I tell you the synopsis?
Yeah, because it's stupid. Okay. We're not talking about Idiocracy.
So the synopsis
is
that in the future, all the retards just keep having babies over and over again, while all the smart people like yourself continue to not. And so in the future, the gene pool is just fucking idiots. It's literal Somalia. Like, everyone's 80 IQ in 100 years. It's like, oh, it's so funny, every year of my life it becomes more and more true.
But don't you think there'll be like
every year of my life it becomes
a lot of what's driving it down in the Muslim world is incest.
Do you believe in
it's cousin fucking, it's sister fucking?
No, but
do you guys want to see?
Who's the guy was it Darwin who said survival of the fittest?
Yeah, but you can't beat a million inbreds. You can't beat a million.
No, but here's the thing: is do you think that
even if you're super good, you can't beat a million of them. I need you smart motherfuckers out there to nut up. I don't care if it costs too much and it's gonna be. Just do it. Just do it. Like Shia LaBeouf said, just fucking do it. It is the greatest. No one I've ever met. You might regret the woman you chose, but no one I've ever met has regretted having their child.
Think about this.
Almost.
Do you think it would help our country to have a bunch of psychotic women having babies?
Hey,
no.
You guys want to see something crazy?
But they do already. So I mean,
we need to fix some shit before we started having everybody have kids.
We cut his mic.
Yeah. So the BBC did a coverage on how much incest was in the UK, and it's talking about the Pakistani population. Around 37% of the Pakistani origin babies had parents who were first cousins.
It's even worse.
Over a third.
It's even worse if you go into like.
And they're having like 8 kids.
Like 60-70%.
It's the stats on like.
Pretty horrific.
Okay, so let me move the conversation forward though. But I asked Grok because I was just this I don't have done much research. I don't feel like no one really talks about it. So I was like, just what does Grok say about like. And I was like, when did anti-natalism start in the West? You brought up a really good thing.
Conspiracy about it, yeah.
But
it's not a systematic thing. It's not. It's intentional.
Yeah, that's what I think. But
it's taxes.
What Grok said about it is that. So basically, let me first read the definition.
What did you ask Grok? That's a.
I just said what I asked it. I asked it.
Like actually.
I just said what I asked it. I said, when did anti-natalism propaganda start in the West?
All right.
So, natalism is also called pronatalism, or the birth position. It is the belief of a policy stance that promotes human reproduction and higher birth rates. It views having children as desirable for individuals, families, and society as a whole. So, yeah, I think that's honestly what I think is a good stance. Like, we need families and society. Like, we need to continue reproducing. And it argues that reproduction is positive. Societies benefit from stable or growing populations rather than declining ones. Childbearing and parenthood should be encouraged through cultural norms, economic incentives, tax breaks, family support policies, or social expectations. And then many developing countries now face below replacement fertility, fewer than 2.1 children per woman on average. So the smarter a population gets, you start having less kids. You see the problem. You see how idiocracy starts to become real.
Well, it also drives IQ down because the people are reproducing the people with the lowest IQ.
So the problem with that is you have aging populations, shrinking workforces, strains on pension systems, healthcare, and economic growth, potential long-term population declines. So the anti-natalist ideas is the view that discourages or morally opposing having children, having philosophical roots in ancient Greece, from Sophocles. Not to be born is best. So it's been going, like, this has been argued
2,500 years
throughout humanity.
Is it like scientifically proven that two low IQ people can't produce a high IQ child?
Now, what happens is the IQ median is 100, and it's always reset.
I think human consciousness as a
and
whole.
so if you have two parents that are 80, it will tend to go towards the median. Whereas if you have two that are 120, it'll tend to go towards the median.
Yeah, no.
Meaning it won't be an average of the two parents. It will always strive to go towards the median on average.
So if you have a student,
Below, it'll go up. If it's above, it'll go down.
But I mean, every once in a while, like, some crazy genius kid comes out of India, because there's like billions of them. So I think there is like statistical anomalies or some genius shit happens.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about averages.
Yeah, but on average, I think, that makes the most sense. So,
I think that if smart people just started having kids at a young age.
I think it's
It
probably
might
always been
be
the case
smart.
like that.
Like they're doing.
no, they're gonna have the high IQ. It's all genetics. Doesn't matter when they're born. I mean, I don't know. I'm like
If all of our smart people were.
we're
just
too
raising
worried
families,
about
like,
how to raise them. That's literally you're literally doing the beginning of idiocracy, because you're a smart guy and you're like, I don't think I'm ready for this. You shouldn't raise kids. And that's exactly the perspective I had, which is why I didn't want to have kids for forever. And then my wife was like, well, fucking having kids. And then, we just did it. It's the greatest thing I've ever done. But it's literally the plot of idiocracy. You're doing.
That's where most people get meaning and purpose out of life, especially women. That's why there are so many women today that are absolutely miserable because they have no meaning and purpose in life. And that's largely because of feminism that's convinced them that they have to compete with men and they have to go into careers.
Yeah.
And, we don't want to say that you can't do that, but the reality is there's a large percentage of women who find themselves in middle and older age that put career above family and children, finding themselves miserable and lonely at this stage of life.
No, it's kind of
and because they got convinced by the fucking feminists. And feminism is just it's. I understand that we should have some sort of fairness, but feminism doesn't want fairness. It wants superiority in a very small segment of reality, and fucking completely ignore the fact that like most men are the people that die in work, almost all men, and people die in work, almost all men. So on and so forth. It's like men take it in the ass, figuratively speaking. In the male-female relationship. I mean, when it comes to like divorces and children, men get the shaft. But the reality is kids do much better in single father homes than they do single mothers.
The statistics of a single father are the same as two parents.
It is.
Compared to a single mother.
Identical. Single mother. It's like poverty.
That's a W for dudes right there. W for dudes.
The likelihood you'll be in poverty, the likelihood you'll be imprisoned, The likelihood you'll drop out of high school goes up exponentially. It's not 10 or 20%, it's a multiple. Because men are extremely important in raising kids, especially after the age of about 5. So young kids, they need nurturing.
Do you think men are wired
And mothers
to stick
are
around?
on average better at nurturing. But when it comes to actually teaching kids how to become adults, the father figure is more important on average.
You got to teach them how the world works. Like
Absolutely.
the mom brings them into this world, and they nurture them in their innocent phase. You have to mold them to fit into society and to be a decent.
I heard a stat the other day that says that when a male gets a girl pregnant and then he's starting the process of raising the child, your testosterone drops by 1/3 because you no longer need it.
Really?
Yeah. So if anybody who's listening decides to take this guy's word and go and just have a kid, be prepared to lose 1/3 of your testosterone.
Oh, you can just take it now.
Yeah, this guy's lost 2/3 because he had 2 kids.
So you can just re-inject it now.
He's like growing a vagina right now.
Oh, I got a pussy. All right, so pre-1960s, Western fertility had already declined significantly with industrialization and
What year?
urbanization.
1950.
But it was also the birth control pill.
I actually have this statistic.
The birth control pill came out in the 1960s.
So
I heard all this started
Changed everything.
World War II.
Yeah, so rising educational wealth. U.S. fertility rate fell from to I think 7 in the early 1800s. So like, is that 7 for 2 people?
So today in 2024, there's 2.2 births per women on average globally, and it's down from 5
2.2.
in the
What?
1960s.
I think it's 1.6 in the United States. And
So
like
we're
Italy, it's like 1.1.
But that's the global average. So.
global.
But you gotta understand. So it's like that average
What the fuck was this?
is like.
That's actually just
So there's all these ghetto people.
1.0.
There's all these ghetto fucking idiots with like 7 kids, and then there's like some people that have like 1 or 2 kids. So you got to think
Well,
about
but
it.
why are? But that's like in areas where
We are heading to idiotic.
that's where areas where you get paid to have kids from this.
I know. That's why we need to take over the government and make it more for American people and change the tax system. So if you're a
Everybody
lazy
just
piece of shit
stop
that
paying
has 7
taxes.
kids, that's not how it should work. But if you're a fucking working taxpayer and your wife is a stay-at-home mom for your 7 children, you should get tons of tax breaks. You should pay almost nothing.
And there's some countries that are starting to do that.
You don't need to have 7 kids. That's ridiculous.
And
We have to counter them. That's what I'm saying. Nut up and shut up. All right, sorry.
Unless you know how to raise 7 kids successfully, you're gonna end up producing some shitheads into this.
No, you just
society.
raise the first one.
Don't have 7
You
kids.
just raise the first one and make them a child raising like bot, and you put like an Elon Musk chip in them, and then they have the first one raise the other 6. You know,
That's good thinking right there.
I'm
So-
gonna lose.
There's actually an argument that IQ in the U.S. is actually declining.
IQ in general has been declining.
Oh, yeah.
It's only 3 points, but it's
gonna go
What
down.
does
I think
IQ really test though? Does that
I think
test
I'm-
like does that test like
how many
creativity?
variables you can consider at once. That's all.
Yes, and a problem
How
solver.
many variables? So how like
Yeah,
how
so
much
if
can
you're
you
trying to solve a
multitask?
problem, the more variables
How
in
much
that
can you
problem
multitask?
you can solve, the higher your IQ is.
Dude, I
And
bet
it's
you-
also times brain
If you
speed.
guys keep talking at the same time, it doesn't make it sound like.
But it's also about brain speed. So it's not just can you solve the problem, how quickly can you solve that problem? And that's fluid IQ. So fluid IQ actually peaks at about 25 and then starts going down for the rest of your life. Crystallized IQ kind of plateaus and goes up slightly until you're 65, and then we all get dumber after that.
So what are you saying?
I forgot as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's a lot of problems with fertility or like what's going on in the world right now, and so I just wanted to cover that subject because I think it is important that we have kids, and what are you guys' closing thoughts? Like,
I think it's important to have family values though. Like you need to want to raise a family and like provide and do that whole thing before you decide to go and get a girl pregnant.
real quick. I remember the first time I brought this up to you. You said that there was some like Marxist ties. So you think that Marxism usually they bring up anti-natalism?
Well, they want to raise the children, so they want the state to raise the children. So if you look at a lot of these left-wing cities like Minneapolis, you'll see that there's a shitload of daycare centers that are state-run now. So grade school is not early enough to start brainwashing the children. And so I think that's a lot of the reason why there are now state-run child care systems, so that the parents can be removed from the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, there's all kinds of insanity going on with sex change operation and transgenderism and that sort of thing. And in California and in the West Coast, it's like they keep all this information from the parents because they want to be able to manipulate and brainwash the children. And I think that's just a sort of a precursor for brainwashing into Marxist beliefs. And like in states like Oregon, I believe actually, if you are against transing your kid and allowing them to go through surgeries and drugs to chemically castrate them, you can actually have your children removed from the family. You have them removed from your house, and then they become a ward of the state.
So think of a family that is some kid who goes and has 7 kids because he's trying to fight the dumb people, but he's not prepared, and then all of his kids get taken and raised by the state. That's not going to help anything.
No.
So be prepared.
That's why we need to make an army of thousands of kids.
We need to have communities.
I think we've gone away from God, and I'm an agnostic, but I see the value of God in the teachings of the Bible, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I look at it as archetypal stories that are stories of wisdom passed down from literally thousands of years. And we've gotten away from that, and now God is the state. So if you look at how our country was founded, it was a hierarchy. Like, here's God and here's human beings. Here's all the natural rights given to human beings by God and then loaned to the state temporarily to run things. Whereas right now it's a reversal of that, where the state is God. And God gives rights and allows people to do what we're not allowed to do things. That's the left-wing order, and that's not just communism. That's not just Marxism. It's also fascism. And fascism came directly out of Marxism. They called it right-wing in Europe during that period of time because it was a divide between the two. So fascism came out of Marxism, and the essentially the godfather of that was Giovanni. Giovanni was an Italian Marxist who came up with the idea of fascism. Fascism was a slight deviation from Marxism, and they still had ultra-nationalism, which was a hero's worship of the state and of the leaders, where you had to worship these people. They were kind of gods, and the state was God.
So fascism is just like that your government is God now, kind of?
No, it was kind of the same thing. So there still was socialism. You had a socialist state, and you had a distribution of resources.
That's why they call everyone Nazi. They say fascist Nazi because the Nazis were socialists, just like, and they were also.
But Giovanni understood the pitfalls of communism because it was unsustainable economically. So they allowed for
lazy people
major corporations to run things and be part of production, but they had absolute control over the production. That was really one of the only differences.
Communist mixture.
Well, means of production. So means of production the government would take over everything, and if you're talking about Marxism, they would take over the means of production for everything, and they would decide what the prices were for everything. Whereas the fascists understood that was completely unsustainable. So they effectively allowed for corporations to actually be the means of production for the most part, but they had absolute control in it. So they would pick and choose who was going to be in control, and who won and who lost when it came to what appeared to be free markets, but really wasn't. It was absolutely controlled, centralized economies.
So, yeah, I mean, I really just want everyone that's smart to go out there and have babies. And I know women are really the problem. Okay.
Fuck those bitches.
Yeah, don't tell yourself that you're the problem. Unless you're fat. If you're fat, go work out. Start looks maxing. Hit yourself in the trunk with the hammers. Get the chiseling. Get that jawline going. Get the mewing going. But you can make yourself look better to attract better women. You can make better money. But women are a big problem right now with feminism. They're going for careers. So a lot of smart women are fucked. But we need to populate. You know, if you are 25 to 30, get going.
I gotta say, I practice all the time.
Oh yeah. See, everyone's got good practice, so let's get out there.
At least start.
Don't
Wrap it up.
Stop sticking their ass.
Take it home. So, anybody you guys want
Hey,
to
don't tell me
collaborate?
what to do.
Anybody you guys want to collaborate with?
I got nothing.
Morgan Freeman.
Mia Khalifa.
Mia Khalifa, come on the podcast. That is that's a porn star.
All right.
She's retired.
Is she coming?
But she might come. Yeah. Let's go with Kanye West. I called you out in like the first episode, but yeah, Kanye West, come
George
on.
Bush Senior. Still alive?
So
I don't think
so.
Anti-Semitism.
We could get George Bush though. I think he's still alive. He's like in a wheelchair, but
J-Dub.
We
Yeah.
should get him back on the booze too.
Nancy Pelosi, come on. I want to ask how you do all your stock trading. Please tell me. So yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Like and subscribe if you watched the whole video. Thanks for watching.